check something real quick. And sorry guys, I'm a little bit late. It is because I had to handle some business at the office, literally inside the office. So, okay. This contract. I'm going to give a little bit of time. I need to kind of get myself oriented anyway, because I literally, again, I'm late to go live because of the fact that I had to handle some business and we have parents going in now. So hopefully we'll see if a parent comes in. If so, I got to handle that, guys. So I need a sticky notepad. Let me put this back in here. Hello, guys. Hello, people. Wonderful people. We are doing a live. And on Facebook, I'm using StreamYard now. And live Facebook comments show up on your options. Then we'll click on the comments show on the screen. Okay, guys, I need you guys to do something since I'm testing the system through Facebook. Say something in the comments if you can, just so I can make sure everything's working like I should. Don't stare and don't, that's rude. Just a stare. Get free help and not even say hello. That's rude. That's rude. Okie dokie. So let me. Okay. 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 Hey guys. Okay, good. Hey PJ. Okay, good. At least I see a comment, so I'm gonna play around with it. Okay, so see, I can see that. Okay, good. So guys, we're gonna get started. I don't have long. I have a lot of things to do. I have to go to Philadelphia once he's done his work, so I need to make sure I am knocking things out. Hey Crystal. Hey girl. Hey YouTube. So let's get started. Hey Katina. I see you. I'm able to pull you guys up. Good. Okay, great. So we're going to get started. Today we're talking about basically building two tribes at once. And I think this is a perfect topic for many of you guys who want to learn on, let's say you're already known for one particular type of business or one business, and then now you're launching another one and you don't want there to be confusion, especially as a small business owner, right? It's not like, you're a huge magnet or a huge, investor, and so you have like all these different companies. Hey Vicky, I see you. Hey girl, oh, look at you. So I know that this is a topic that a lot of you guys wanted. Shout out to Jessica, who had sent me this question, and she was like, it's a perfect question. And so, I was like, yeah, we need to do this one. So I'm going to give you guys 4 strategies I want you guys to employ when you're building another brand. Oh, there goes my student. Hey, Portia. Hey, girl. She looks so pretty. So, we want to make sure that as you're launching another brand, that you're doing it strategically and not confusing your audience. Now, for any of you guys who are going to be considered serial entrepreneurs, I view myself as a serial entrepreneur. Why? Because I have several successful businesses, keyword successful. And so when you're operating several ones and you're looking to have people to invest in different streams, you have to know how to navigate your singular crowd. So the first thing that you need to understand is that as you move forward, you want to make sure that your presence is now being known as a person that has multiple businesses. So that means that, when you do speaking events, when you introduce yourself, don't just introduce yourself as the owner of just one company. If you have 2 companies, from now on, you introduce yourself as the owner of this company and that company, right? Why? Because you want to start making sure that in your own personal brand representation, that people are now no longer seeing you in just one box. And that was the issue that some of you guys were facing, was that you're launching another brand and people only see you in one kind of way. So the way to break that box is to introduce 2 boxes. So I'm the owner of this company and I'm the owner of that company, right? And then you can dive into what each one does. So when I introduce myself, people say, oh, that's the coach, that's business coach. Well, depending upon how you know me, yes, I am the business coach, but I'm also the owner of Glam Print Go, which is a service-based business. I'm also also the owner of Yatzar, which is a church consulting company. So when I introduce myself, I'm going to bring up all three, not just one. So that's important. So making sure that you're merging yourself as the leader of your multiple companies and not just one company. Okay, that's the first thing you want to start to do. The second thing that we want to do, again, I'm going to be quick. I don't have much time. The second thing that I want you to do is I want you to be consistent in the representation of the multiple brands. So that means too, when you're launching a new company, I don't want to start to see you go hard with the new company and then I don't hear anything about the one that you've been owning for 20 years. You know what I mean? So I should still see content coming out or announcements coming out about your current company. But then let me also hear about what the new one too. So there should be an even sound. Now, of course, it depends. For my company, Glam Print Go, we at this current point, thank God, we are at a capacity of clients to where I'm not, going hard in marketing. I don't think I've been going hard in marketing the past couple months because we had people shout us out that basically crashed our inbox. And so, we're doing good. But guess what? Probably around next year when it's time to refill up that clientele, you're going to see me promote more about Glam Print Go, talk more about Glam Print Go. But you want to make sure that you have representation. When I started Glam Print Go and it was just getting off the ground, I mean, it wasn't really just getting off the ground. It was a previously named company. I switched the name. So I had to do new branding, all that. The point was that I introduced it like it was a brand new company. So I was promoting it as often I was promoting GenesisDorsey.com. So the thing about it is that when you stop promoting your current company and then you start going hard with the new company, you have to understand what's happening in the eyes of the consumer, especially if you have current customers of the previous company, because they may think that you're shutting down the old company. They may think that you're no longer doing, what you're doing. And so the way to remove those fears is to consistently promote both. Got to go hard with both at the same time. And so if you're not consistent in talking about your businesses, that's going to be an issue. So guess what I want you to do? I want you to be consistent in the promotion of both. If I go to your platforms, guys, I should see consistency. Okay. The third thing is that I want to see content. I want to see content. Okay. And we just talked about that, but do some introductory content. Do some content where you're talking as now a serial entrepreneur, and you're talking about being the owner of two different companies. So you may do a live that just kind of talks about, the new company, what's going on with the new company, what's going on with the current company. You want to let people know of the changes. So do a live video, send out an email to your customers, right? That kind of thing, that's important. Let me answer Portia's question, and while we take a pause, she asked, so do we need two different platforms? Yes. You want to make sure that you're eliminating brand confusion, okay? And so one of the things that I see a lot of entrepreneurs do that is the worst thing, and I think it's because we're operating in a small business mindset, we think that we can put everything under one umbrella or one company. And unless your businesses are in the business model work under that one brand name or one company, you may not want to do that. So like, for instance, when you look at Coca-Cola as a company, it has several sub brands, right? But guess what? They're all soda companies. Okay, it's not like they're starting a real estate group called Coca-Cola, right? They are all sodas or beverage drinks, right? So it makes sense to have them under the umbrella of one brand. However, if you have two different types of businesses, two different types of business models, they need to be separate brands. And I love what Portia is talking about, because this is what people have to understand in wanting to be known as a serial entrepreneur. Guys, there is no way for you to try to run all these businesses, right, and think that you're going to do it easy. That doesn't exist. You start a new company, a new business, guess what it needs? It needs its own Facebook page, it needs its own Instagram page, it needs to have its own content, it needs its own website, it needs its own domain, it needs its own everything. And this is why, too, when we talk about building tribes, you have to build a new tribe, which is what we're going to talk about. You have to build a new tribe for each business. Why? Because you're not going to have the same clientele that you have in one that you have in another, right? For instance, I have GenesisDorsey.com, huge tribe that focuses on me teaching them how to build their platforms and how to turn their mind into money, right? But guess what? My company, Glam Print Go, it's not the same audience. Now, it serves that audience, but guess what? I don't have, 30,000 people following Glam Print Go, nor do we you need that, right? Not that I said I don't want it, but it has two different missions. So one is focused on big tribe, lots of people. The other one is a service-based business. We work with larger price contracts. We have larger price services, right? So, one platform, I'm selling, $30 books. I'm selling, $100 courses. Meanwhile, Glam Print Go, we're talking about several thousands of investment. Two different audiences. So guess what? They have their own websites, own social media, own content. Okay. And for every brand that you build, you have to give it its own platform. Why? Because you're building actual businesses. You're not building hobbies. And a lot of people, they're building hobbies. So they're just like throwing stuff up, doing, I sell this, I sell that, I sell this. No, you need to form those into actual companies and run them like a company. Remember, you're a businesswoman. You're a businessman. Run it like a business. Okay. So that means that it needs to have its own tribe, own platforms. And guess what? If you tell me, well, that's just too much. Well, then why are you building another business? If you have ever watched, if you're on my YouTube channel, go to my YouTube channel and look, there's a video I did on multiple streams of income. I did 2 of them. And I just want to point this out because we're talking about this and I just want to just kind of put this out as info. I did a video where it talks about, when people talk about the 7 streams of income. Right. And the power of the 7 streams of income really only manifests when you master the first and then you go to the second and then you go to the third and then you go to fourth. No one is building 7 platforms at the same time. And if you are especially without help, especially without staff and employees, it's not going to work. So when you build platforms, build one at a time. Don't build them all at the same time. Build one at a time. And as one becomes successful, go to the other one, then go to the other one. The other one. And a lot of times too, remember, 7 streams does not mean that you're operating all 7. You may operate 1 and the rest of them are investments, or the rest of them are going to be where you're just simply, you don't do operations. You're just the owner. You have a whole team of staff that operates it. So make sure that as we're talking about having these multiple companies, get smart. Get smart as you diversify what you do, okay? So number 1 is you want to make sure, I'm going back over what we talked about again, I'm giving you 4 keys. The first one we talked about was making sure that you're making people aware of the fact that you are now over several companies, not just one. Don't allow people to put you in the box, okay? Number 2, you want to make sure that you're consistent in making people aware of your expansion, as now that you're building 2 tribes, you're building 2 different businesses, okay? Don't let them think that the first one died off. Continue to build. So let people know of the building process. Number 3, you want to make sure that you're putting out content to make people aware of your growth of these 2 businesses, making sure that you're having different types of content to promote these 2 separate businesses, making sure that they have their own life, their own agenda, their own vibrancy. So let's make sure that we're not getting slack in our content. Number 4, you want to make sure that you're building a team. As you build another company, you're going to need more help. Why? Because you are building 2 different companies. And remember, especially if you're still a small business, your first business is not like, it's not like you have like a staff of like 30 people, So you want to make sure that you're doing 2 things. You want to make sure that you're building a team. You want to make sure that you are automating as much as possible. If you're a solopreneur building 2 different businesses, automation is going to be your best friend. Automation is going to be, means you automate your social media, you automate your email marketing, you automate welcoming your tribe, you automate as much as you can. That's going to help you to really build these 2 businesses the best way that you can, especially if you're a solopreneur. So we want to automate as much as possible. Now, I want to end on this because we're done. I know this is like probably the quickest video I've ever done, but I'm really on limited time. Really limited time. And again, if you have any questions, please ask them now because I'm about to end the live. But when we talk about building 2 tribes, remember the biggest takeaway you can have from this video is understanding that these 2 businesses that you're building have separate life, okay? So they are not the same business. And you don't have the same audience. You may have people that are crossing over, like, they kind of fit both ones, but that's not going to be true for all your companies, right? For instance, when we talk about Coca-Cola as a perfect example, it has several beverages, sodas, different things, and not everyone loves all the same flavors, right? Some people like Sprite, some people like Dr. Pepper, some people like vitamin water, some people like this, some people like that, right? But not everyone likes everything. And so you want to make sure, as I talked about this yesterday, remember your business is built off of strangers, not your friends, I don't care who your current tribe is. Your business is built off of strangers. 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 Okay. When you come into the game of building a company or a business, you come into it thinking big. Okay. And I always talk about this, about thinking big, dreaming big, living big, operating in a big mindset. You have to understand that as an entrepreneur, you never come into the business, building a business, thinking about this small community, thinking about, the people follow you on Facebook. Let me tell you something. Let's just get real. If you want to become a millionaire, your Facebook friends are going to be awesome. They're going to help you get off the ground. They're going to help you spread the word. But guess what? Your blow up season is not built in your Facebook friends. Your blow up season is built in, honestly, strangers, because you only can have up to 5,000 friends on Facebook. And out of those 5,000, not all 5,000 are liking your posts. Not all 5,000 are seeing your content, right? So guess what? Your main focus anyway is to reach the strangers. If you're going to build an audience, you need to reach the strangers. So don't get wrapped up in some of the things that you may think on social media. Oh my God, I launched a company, I'm not seeing as much support as my other one did. Well, guess what? Your support's not based off of the 30 people who like your posts on social media. Your business is based off of strangers. Do you think that the owner of some of these companies that are multimillionaires, multi-billionaires are honestly thinking, oh my God, I wish my friends could support me? You know what they're more focused on? They're more focused on pitching to investors. They're more focused on making sure that they're getting to their core audience, target audience. They're more focused on making sure that they're pouring their money into Facebook and social media ads to convert those strangers into followers. They're not getting wrapped up because their best friend didn't shout them out on Twitter. Okay. They're more focused on reaching their target audience, investing into that target audience, and going from there. How do you let people know all the different platforms belong to you on your personal page? Well, it's up to you. Do you want them to know that they belong to you? Sometimes you can have that kind of like you're owning a company, but you're kind of like silently promoting it through your personal Facebook. Again, if you're focused on winning strangers, I'll be honest. I mean, again, you can get your friends to get you off the ground, get you supported. But there are several companies that are in my pipeline that I'm about to start down the pipeline, and you may never know that I own them. Okay. I'm going to be focusing on my Facebook and Instagram ads, okay, to build my conversions. So you don't have to. Now, if you want to, you can just simply let people know. How do you let people know all the platforms belong to you on your social page? You just let them know. You just post about it, talk about it. Again, that goes back to number one. Letting people know about all the different things that you're doing, keeping that as a consistent focus. So you want to make sure, again, that you keep that consistency by talking about it. That's really it. Just talk about it. A lot of people are not winning because they aren't talking, right? People don't know because you don't talk, right? So you want to make sure that you talk, make sure that you communicate. So we can even add that as number 5, which is as you're building these separate brands, make sure that you're talking, which kind of goes with number 3 with content, right? So making sure that you're talking. So guys, hopefully you're able to get some tips from this. Again, guys, if you're going to launch another company, number 1, make sure it's profitable. Because I feel like doing another live, but it's under a different topic, so I don't really want to do this video. So maybe I'll see if I got this watch is dead. I didn't charge my Apple Watch. This is what happens. I buy this watch and I don't charge my watch, and then I can't tell the time because it's digital watch. Just anyway. So yeah. I want to do a video today on something else. It's a faith-based video with business, and it's focused on this free syndrome, and I'm going to talk about it. So stay tuned. If you're on my Facebook or YouTube, stay tuned. I think I don't really have too much time. Maybe I can squeeze like maybe 10 minutes of a separate video. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to come back and I'm going to do another video in about like 3 minutes. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you were able to pick up some strategies on when you're building your business, building 2 businesses at once. Okay. Making sure that you're keeping people aware of the brand. Okay, guys, I will see you guys later. Again, if you're on Facebook and Instagram, stay to Facebook and YouTube, stay tuned. Bye guys. See you YouTube. I'll see you guys later. Bye.